Why does my car overheat only while driving? Funny thing about cars, they're a bit like humans. They work great under the right conditions, but when something's off, they can really let you know about it. If your car is overheating only while driving, it's kind of like your body getting a fever while jogging. It probably means there's an issue that your normal routine isn't equipped to handle. First off, we've got to consider that when you're driving, your engine is under more stress than when idling. It's the equivalent of going from a leisurely walk to sprinting. There's more demand for power, which in turn generates more heat. Now let's talk about a few possible culprits for your overheating woes. 1. Cooling system issues. You might have a problem with your cooling system. This could be anything from a leak in the system, which means the coolant isn't circulating properly, to a faulty radiator cap that's not maintaining pressure like it should. And then there could be an issue with the radiator itself. Maybe it's clogged or damaged. If the heat can't escape, it's going to build up. 2. Thermostat. Not behaving. The thermostat is a bit like a temperature-regulated gatekeeper for your coolant flow. If it's stuck closed, it's like trying to run a marathon while breathing through a straw. The engine gets hot, but the coolant can't circulate to take the heat away. 3. Water pump woes. The water pump is responsible for getting the coolant where it needs to go. If this trusty component starts lagging on the job, your engine can overheat because the cooling system's circulation is as sluggish as a Monday morning without coffee. 4. Belts and hoses. These unsung heroes keep a lot of your engine's critical components working, including the alternator and water pump. If a belt snaps or a hose leaks, their absence can be felt pretty quick in the form of overheating. 5. External blockages. Sometimes the external part of your radiator gets dirty or obstructed. I'm talking about things like leaves, bugs, or even just a buildup of road grime. It's like trying to breathe with a pillow over your face. If airflow is blocked, heat can't dissipate properly. 6. Too hot to handle. Now we're in Portland, Oregon, and we're not strangers to a bit of sun, even if we're honestly more acquainted with rain. If it's a particularly hot day, the extra external temperature can contribute to your engine running hotter than usual. But really, diagnosing car problems isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. It's best to be methodical. Start with the simplest explanations. Check your coolant levels, look for obvious leaks, and make sure your radiator isn't clogged up with leaves from the beautiful, but sometimes messy Portland autumn. If all that looks good and you're still turning into a mobile sauna on wheels, it may be time to call in the pros. A good mechanic can run a proper diagnostic and spot things that aren't visible to the naked eye, like a failing water pump or a sneaky head gasket issue. The thing is, an overheating car isn't just an inconvenience. It can be a real danger to your engine's health. So don't ignore it. Just like that nagging toothache, it's not going to get better on its own. Now get that ride of yours sorted, so you can cruise down the streets of PDX in cool comfort, hopefully with a voodoo donut in hand. Because stereotypes aside, they do make a darn good treat.